Good morning, everybody. So I was gonna film this video last night and it just didn't happen. So we're gonna go through June Happy Planner spreads today. So just kind of getting started. Obviously this is I'm trying to figure out a good way to hold this. I'm ordering the little phone holder today, so that should be in by the end of the week, and I'll be able to continue to film flip throughs and probably do a plan with me or something like that and speed it up and kind of put it through some editing programs. I'm really excited about that, so you guys can stop watching really shaky videos, which would be wonderful for us all. I just like the quality from my phone a lot better than the older camera that I have. So I'm definitely a fan of being able to see things clearly versus not being able to see clearly. I'd rather have that little bit of a shake. If you prefer the other way, please comment down below and I'd be happy to switch some things up for you guys. So let's just kind of get into it. First things first, this is your kind of pre-month page. As I've said plenty of times before, I fill in my birthdays and important dates. I save my currently for later in the month so that it's a little bit more in line with what's going on that month. And then there's always like a don't forget section. This page was all this color. It was like this cream. All of this watercoloriness is actually from the opposite side. So with that being said, my monthly spread is glued to the first side of the week. So if you watch any of my older videos, I really don't use my monthly spread. It's not something I've been really active about or consistent with. I don't really flip backwards to look at it. It's something I really would like to get better with, but I actually over decorated my monthly spread and it turned out really bad. I tried a lot of ways to fix it and paint over it, and it just kept getting worse. It was like that pimple that you pop 9,000 times and you know you're not supposed to touch, and you pick at it, or a scab. Maybe a scab is less gross, but same concept. It was just really bad. So finally I was just like, screw it, and glued it together. So that's how that happens. No one's going to see my June monthly spread. Sorry, guys. So we'll just go ahead and get into it. So I'm kind of bummed that I didn't do like a before the pin for you guys, because I think I actually posted a picture of it on my Instagram, which I can link down below for you guys. But the before the pin was kind of cool. So I used Tim Holtz Distress inks for all of June. These are not watercolors, which is really cool because it has some of the most beautiful effect I could have ever imagined. I am so stinking proud. It was a lot harder. I highly recommend watercolor over the ink. The ink gave it a really pretty vintage look, and it still gave it that watercolor look, but it was a lot harder to work with, and it's a lot of back and forth, So yeah, the other thing I used, I definitely had like this whole Tim Holtz vibe going on. I was really excited about it. So this is a Tim Holtz stamp. This guy is this little ruler. Back here is and these little stitches right here, and this little guy too. As far as washi tape goes, oh, and then there's the ruler again. I feel like it's I Spy book with this sometimes. This is Heidi Swap tape. This is Happy Planner tape. This is also Happy Planner sticker. As usual, my stamps are all Studio L2E in terms of that. These are ARC inserts, and then this is obviously that Happy Planner big all the things list thing that you can use. I just loved the pink with it all. It was just perfect. This is Happy Planner. I believe that might be Happy Planner. If it's not, it's Heidi Swap. I feel pretty confident in that. Also, these lines, like that's a clean shot of the lines if you didn't see them before. That's Happy Planner, Happy Planner. I'm really a big fan of like the hybrid of it, that it turned out to be, like kind of using all of my stuff. If you follow Taylor Ann or myself, we are kind of in that place of stop buying and start using. We're really trying to just get through some supplies. And that's really hard to do because new stuff comes out all the time and it's really freaking annoying because you feel like you overbuy and then you never use, or you have to give stuff away. So it is what it is. So I went ahead and kind of pre-planned a little bit last night because I needed to. It was already Monday, so I just like wrote down my to-do list that I had been working on for the day and just kind of like planked some stuff in there. But this is kind of a cleaner look. It's a little bit more of that before the pen vibe. This is next week. So I don't have a brand for these little guys, the little grids that I used, or the big stamp. I think these are from Stamp Abilities. I know the washi is Tim Holtz. I know this guy is Tim Holtz. I think these are from a Stamp Abilities. Oh no, these are from a Graphic, is it 45? Yeah, Graphic 45 set. Studio L2E, Studio L2E, so on and so forth. That's the only like Happy Planner thing that made it onto this page. Again, Tim Holtz ink. What I really liked, and I learned my lesson with this. So all this like bleed through, like the green, you're gonna see on the next page. So the funny part was that I screwed up, and I will fully admit that. I stamped first and then inked because my thought was I wanted to like ink based off where the stamps were, which was great. But because Tim Holtz inks are reactive with water, it caused some issues because all the black stamps were bleeding to the other side. So that's another tip or trick that I would suggest is do your inking after, do your black ink after your Tim Holtz ink. There you go. But I loved this particular grid stamp that I use that I don't know the name of. All the stamps except for like my little icons that we all know are Studio L2E, all of the other stamps are Tim Holtz. This is probably one of my favorite spreads that I did. Out of them all, it really was, it just was so pretty. These are little notes for my tattoo appointment that I have to go touch up, and I'm not really thrilled about that, but we'll talk about that later. Ugh. This is just a random tag that I had that I thought just went really well and pulled out some of those blues that had bled through. This was something I cut up. It might have been a Happy Planner thing. This washi, the butterfly washi, is Tim Holtz. This pretty floral one is from a set that I have from Hobby Lobby. Little shout out to Happy Planner up there and there. And just to kind of, I'll go ahead and like just take a second. So every Monday I need to water plants. I need to meal plan and prep, go to the grocery store, get gas, film. Like that's just kind of like, so even if I don't film until like Thursday sometimes, at least I kind of like have that little reminder there. I always get paid on Thursdays of every single week because I work 2 jobs and they get paid on opposite weeks, which is kind of handy. I always track water, my calories, my steps, my vitamins, and my medicine. I don't really use my weekend spread, so it's okay that it gets a little full over there. This actually is really stinking cute. Y'all, it's like pouring down rain outside. It sounds awful. Oh, one quick thing I wanted to say about this, if you look really carefully, it's like brushy. Like I inked and then I went over it with a brush so that it kind of created that up and down, and it looked so pretty even before I went back with a sponge and kind of like did my tea ink effect on it to make it look more grungy. this little kind of kooky Under the Sea was very Delusions oriented, from Diane Revley, and I love her, and I hate it because she's actually coming here in a couple weeks. I think we're like down to it. It might be this weekend right here that she comes, that maybe. And she's going to be like 5 minutes from my office, and I'm so bummed because I'm on the wait list and there's probably no way I'm getting into that thing. But it would be really cool, and I'll definitely let you know if I do. So let's just kind of get into it. Obviously, same concept. I used the Distress inks. This lovely kind of floral rose gold is from Happy Planner. I want to say the Start Today is as well. And the Serendipity might be as well. Or they might be Heidi Swap. I'm going to be real. I'm not 100% certain. This is definitely Happy Planner. That is definitely Happy Planner. All of my stamps are from the Delusions kind of underwater set, which I thought was precious. This was kind of a mixed bag of feelings. So again, Tim Holtz. So under here are actually some really pretty flowers that no matter what I did to them, they turned out awfully. See, there's your bleed through. I wasn't really happy about that. So I just covered them up with a doily. My tape right here is Tim Holtz. Oh, I'm sorry. I like leaned over and got like the craziest camera angle. This little polka dot one is from a Hobby Lobby set. Happy Planner, Happy Planner, Happy Planner. This is from, I think, one of the Agenda 52 sets I got. The stamps themselves are Tim Holtz, and then obviously my Studio L2E sets. So what I did was I went back with like my Pilot pen and just traced around every single one of them. So it kind of gave it like more of a doodly effect. I like all the textures, like kind of the sloppiness, watercolor effect that the ink gave, then the doodle effect, then like something that bold and like concise from the sticker. It was really nice to kind of get all those elements in there. It's funny because like I love this block. If I could just like take that block and have recreated it across the page, I think I'd be a lot happier with it. Usually that last week I'm getting really worn out because I do everything in batches. So typically I do all my backgrounds first. So like this is obviously a background. This is obviously a before the pen. What I mean is like I color my backgrounds, then I stamp. Like I stamp everything. Then I embellish. And then I kind of flip through one last time and final touch it and make sure I'm okay with it. But just kind of, because that's the end of my layouts, I'm going to flip that because there's something I really do want to show you. Well, yesterday, there were a couple things that weren't even in here. So I hadn't listed what videos I wanted to do. I had not written in all my little tasks yet. I didn't put the reminder sticker or the weight in there or the Memorial Day sticker. So I'm still planning in that month. It's just a lot of the hard background work is done, which is really convenient. And then I'm actually making a list for work and a list for kind of home that I haven't put in there yet. I think I'm going to use like a teal color paper or something. But all in all, like your planner should still be able to be worked through on a weekly basis. And I'm a huge believer in that. And you should still have room for stickers and to add things because that's what it's about. So just kind of keep that in mind. But that's going to be my June before the pen. If you guys are interested, I would love to do a full flip through of January through June because that's 6 months in my planner. And I'm a really big fan of that idea. So, and then we start all over again in July and get to do kind of a checkup of sorts. So I'm really excited to be doing that. With that being said, I'm going to be posting some stuff about a possible giveaway video coming up soon because I am going to gift the back half of this planner. So someone gets the chance to win July through December. and we will do the giveaway before we get too much farther into the month of June, because I want you guys to be able to pre-plan and have that little guide for yourselves. So stay tuned for that. Otherwise, sorry about being a day late, and I'm looking forward to being able to go back to hands-free with better quality on this camera. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me through it all. I look forward to more videos and more time with you guys, and I hope you all had a lovely Memorial Day and you have a great week.